So today is the day a big tzaddik passed away, Chacham Ovadia Yosef. Now, when Chacham Ovadia was just a little boy, he went to school. He went to a very small school. A lot of the boys his age went there, called Bnei Zion. After that, he went to yeshiva called Porat Yosef. When he was just 10 years old, he went to this big building, and that's where he learned Torah. And he was a very, very, very smart boy. But right here, here's the little boy, Chacham Ovadia. But his father was Rabbi Yaakov. Rabbi Yaakov used to have a store, and Rabbi Yaakov needed help in the store. And when he needed help in the store, his son was about 15 years old, 13, 14 years old. He said, you know what? No more going to school. You can't learn Torah anymore. I want you to come to work with me. But because the little Chacham Ovadia was so busy learning Torah, he knew how to learn Torah all by himself. He didn't pay attention. A little boy, and people would come and take things without asking him. He wouldn't know who owes what. People would keep on playing with him, and he didn't understand anything. All he knew how to do was learn Torah. That's all he did. Even though he wasn't in school, he continued learning Torah all by himself. And finally, the rabbi in the yeshiva, the rabbi in the school, came to the little boy's father, Hacham Yaakov. Said, "Mister, the boy has to go back to school. I don't care what. He's a very, very, very smart boy, and I want him to come back to school." And Rabbi Yaakov said, "Well, I can't. I need him in the store to work with me." And the rabbi said, "I'll come to work in the store, but the boy has to come back to school to learn Torah." And the boy came back, but then the father had a very, very, very rough time, and he had to move far, far away. So he took the whole family, including a little Ovadia, and they went to a very, very far place. They went back to Baghdad. And when they were there, the little boy didn't want to stay at home all day. He went to shul, and he sat with all the really, really old men, all the big rabbis. They were old men, but the little boy sat with them, and he learned Torah with the big, big old rabbis, with the older men. And they found out that he was a very, very, very smart boy, but more than he was smart, he just kept on learning Torah all the time. Since he could do it all by himself, he was just learning all the time. Nothing could stop him. And he did it when he was a little boy. He sat and he learned and he learned and he learned. Even when there was no school, he learned Torah. Even when there was recess, he learned Torah. When everyone was out playing in the garden, he was learning Torah. On the walk back home, on the bus, or when he was walking back home, he was learning Torah. That's all people could hear him do. And when he got older, when he was sick, he learned Torah. When he was on the plane, he learned Torah. Late at night, he learned Torah. All of his life, all he did was learn Torah until he became a big tzaddik. Chacham Ovadia Yosef, he became our chief rabbi. Now today is a very, very special day because today is the day he passed away. But when a big rabbi passes away, he gives everyone else a chance to become just as great as him. So today is our chance. And since today is our chance to become just as great, I thought today would be the perfect day to start learning Aleph Bet. And you're going to learn, and you're going to learn, and you're going to learn. Every single day, you're going to learn Torah for the rest of your life. And we're going to start by learning how to learn Torah all by yourself. And the best way to do it is by learning the Aleph Bet. So here's the Aleph Bet. Let's go over them slowly. Aleph Bet Gimel Daled He Vav Zayin Het Tet Yud Kaf or Chaf Lamed Mem Nun Samech Ayin Pe Sadi Kuf Resh Shin or Sin and Taf. This is the way they look like in the Torah. Now, when Hashem made, last week's parasha was Parashat Bereshit. The first word in the Torah is Bereshit. The first letter is the letter Bet. Now, what happened? When Hashem was making the world, when Hashem was making the Torah, he asked all the letters to come to him, just like what you were seeing on the screen. And Hashem asked the letters, which letter deserves to be first in the Torah? So the letters came backwards order. First came the Taf. Everyone see the Taf up here? And said, the Taf said, Hashem loves the truth. The word in Hebrew is called emet. Emet means truth. Hashem loves it when we say the truth. The Torah should start with us, emet, with the Taf. But Hashem said, there's a problem because when someone passes away, it also, the word mavet also ends with taf. And I want to start the Torah with something good. We want to always use clean language. We always want to use good words. So then the Sheen came and said, I'm Sheen for Shalom. The Torah should start with me. But Hashem said, you're right. I love peace. I love when we all become friends. I love it when we don't fight. I love it when we're together. But I have a problem. The Shin is next to two other letters, the Kof and the Resh. And together, you make a not nice word called a lie, Sheker. And Hashem doesn't want to start a letter, even though Shalom, he loves Shalom, but still, since it starts with the same word, the same letter as a lie, Hashem doesn't want to start Torah with that letter. So then came the Tzaddik, the Tzadi. The Tzadi, he says, I'm a Tzaddik. Hashem loves the tzaddik. Tzaddik learns Torah, does a lot of mitzvot, but Hashem said, yeah, but a tzaddik can't be first. See, a real tzaddik always gives in, lets other people go before him. A real tzaddik is hiding, doesn't go first. It always lets other people first. So then, the pei and the ayin. The pei and the ayin, but Hashem said, I don't like those words. Why? Peh and ayin is when someone does a sin, when someone does something no good. I don't want to start the Torah with the peh or the ayin. But the samech and the nun came. We should go first. Hashem said, well, I can't have you separate from each other. Samech means to pick up. Nun means to fall. If the nun falls, I need someone to pick it up. I need the samech to pick it up. I need the samech to pick up the nun. I can't have you separated. None of you could be the first letter in the Torah. Then the mem came, and the lamed came, and the chavs came, and said together we make the word melech. Hashem is the king. And Hashem said, well, you're already special. It's not fair if you also get to be the first letter in the Torah. You're already special. You get to be Hashem is the king. So Hashem said, it can't be the mem, lamed, or the chaf. Then the yud came. And Hashem said, well, we have a problem with the yud. Because the yud, the hey, and the vav, together, they make Hashem's special name that we're not allowed to say. We're only allowed to look at it, but we can't say it. And Hashem said, it's too holy, it's too special. We can't start the Torah with that. And plus, you're already holy enough, you're already special enough. You ought to give another letter a turn. The het and the tet. Het, when you put it together, is when someone does a sin. Hashem, again, remember, Hashem wants good words. Hashem wants good words. Or the Zayin came, I should go first. And Hashem said, no, Zayin means a weapon. Does Hashem want to start the Torah with a weapon? No. The Gimal and the Dalet. The Gimal means to give. Dalet means poor. We should give the poor people tzedakah. And Hashem said, well, that's what you guys have to be together. The Gimal has to help the Dalet. The rich person has to help a poor person. If they separate from each other, the poor person will never get help. So we need to keep the Gimal together with the Dalet to help the poor people. Then Bet said, I should go first because I have the word beracha, and Hashem loves beracha. Hashem loves it when we say our berachot. And Hashem said, you know what? You're right. I like it when we say berachot. I want to start the Torah with the letter bet, beracha. So Hashem started the Torah with the word bereshit, with the bet. But then there was another letter sitting on the side. It was a letter Aleph. And Hashem looked at it. Aleph, do you have anything to say? And Aleph said, nothing. It didn't make a sound. Aleph, why are you not talking? Maybe you want to be the first letter in the Torah. And Hashem said, yeah, but you already were nice to the bet. And if you gave a present to the bet and you let him be the first one, it's not nice for me to complain. So Aleph stayed quiet. I'm not complaining. If Hashem gave a present, Hashem to the bet, I don't want to argue. It's not nice. I want to be nice to the bet. And the Aleph stayed quiet. Aleph didn't make a sound. And Aleph, you should just know, never makes a sound. It's quiet. If you give it a vowel, then it makes a sound. We'll learn about that. Hashem was so impressed with the Aleph staying quiet, not talking, not complaining. He made the Aleph the first letter in the alphabet. When we come to learn alphabet, the first letter is the Aleph. And it's the most special letter. And between me and you what's the special about the Aleph? It has the most two beautiful words of any language. The most two beautiful words of any word you could say. The first words we're going to learn, Ima. Ima is mommy. Mommy is such a holy person. Mommy is such a special person, such a good person. Ima. Ima starts with a Aleph. Ima starts with the letter Aleph. Aleph. Remember, the first letter doesn't make a sound. The Aleph doesn't make a sound, whatever you give it. Aleph for Ima. The next letter, Aleph for Abba. Our daddies, Abba. Abbas help us so much. They take good care of us. Imas and Abbas, they're so special to us. They're such holy people. We're so lucky that our alphabet starts with the Aleph, so we could say Abba and Ima. The first thing that we say is Abba and Ima. The number one, Ehad. Ehad times Shalosh. Ehad is the first number, starts with an Aleph. Ehad. And of course, the color red, Adom. Let's say it together. Adom starts with a Aleph. So let's look at our 4 words. We started with the Aleph that doesn't make a sound. What sound does an Aleph make? Aleph doesn't make a sound. Aleph for Ima. Aleph for Abba. Aleph for Ehad. And Aleph for the color red, Adom. Mabruk Yaladim.